All right, here we go. Let's see if this works. So I'm gonna wait here a second and definitely give this a little bit of space and time. Thank you guys for your patience as the power went out here. There's no Wi-Fi. So we're gonna see if this works. So I'll wait here a second for people to jump on, since I know people are switching over. And as you jump on, comment below, let me know that you're here. This is the live training for Sunday, September 6th, building a $25,000 month. This is gonna be on business, energetics, and strategy. Greetings to Nicole in Ottawa. All right, awesome. So it looks like I can get comments. As you're jumping on, let me know, like Nicole did, that you're here. Also let me know where are you tuning in from. Also let me know that the audio is good, that the internet signal is strong enough before we get really cruising into this, obviously on my phone. So we're going to get working. The only thing is I can't see fully who is on here. So we have Andrea, hello, we have Nicole, we have Kali, we have Christina. Christina's in Ontario, cool. I wasn't aware that's where you're at, Christina. I bet Nicole's the one who is excited to see that, since we have our fellow Canadians in the house. This is going to be a really powerful training. Of course, I believe all of them are. But a lot came through in the notes for this. In a sense, what's up, Lawrence? In a sense, I'm going to go through this in a very concise manner. In a sense, this gets to be very simple. Volume is good, cool. So just let me know, comment below for you guys, wherever you're tuning in from. Volume is good, internet connection is good. Obviously the Wi-Fi and the power went out. Full transparency, it's extremely hot. For those of you who are in California, you know we're in the middle of a heat wave. So I'm doing this for you guys outside of my house, and it's like 108 degrees Fahrenheit. So in case you see me sweating, that's the reason why. It's really hot outside. But this is something that's actually meant to happen inside of this training. Is something you're meant to receive around level of commitment, level of consistency. For me, I was tuning in, you know, should I wait and do this training? And I was like, no, I received this entire training as always in the 15 to 20 to 30 minutes before it began. And even though it's hot, even though there's no Wi-Fi and I'm sweating a little bit, I'm here. And you guys, when you clicked going to the training, that was my commitment, getting anchored in, you know, unless something really crazy occurred. And so your willingness to show up to your commitments is going to be reflected by the level of results that you create, not just for yourself, but everybody else. And energetically, how does it feel to know that I'm showing up despite the fact that it would have been easy to cancel, right? So everything communicates something. Too busy, won't be noticing your sweat, too busy receiving your wisdom. That's hilarious. Thanks for that laugh, Kali. I probably won't be noticing my sweat either because I'll be too busy transmitting what is coming through. So I'm gonna dive right in for you guys. I want to start with the question. I just asked this into the group, and so comment below. What are you an energetic match for? What level of money are you an energetic match for? Is it $3,000 a month? Is it $5,000 a month? Is it $10,000 a month? Is it $25,000 a month? Just go ahead and comment below. Yeah, bring in the heat, right, Marissa? For sure. Comment below. What is it you're a match for? You can just choose a number. It doesn't have to be one that I mentioned, right? I won't be able to comment on this live, obviously. Usually I'm on my laptop. This is my phone. So, Marissa, I'm going to be counting on you to bring through some of these quotes and really capture some of these things, maybe even some of these questions. We're going to start this training just by tuning into the pulse of where everybody's at. This is really helpful. What do you feel like? Be honest. Where are you currently at energetically? What are you a match for? Even if you don't fully resonate even with this language, just see what pops up for you. Andrea, $10,000 a month. Beautiful. It can be something unspecific. It can be $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $9,000, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $100,000 a month, whatever it is. Something Lisa Nichols said, one of the first people I ever got coached by Lisa Nichols said, I love this. I can find where your threshold is around money. I'll always forget this quote. I can find everybody in this room's threshold around money. For some of you, it's $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 like a month. For other people in here, it's $1 million. But I'll know where we're going to get to the edge of discomfort, and that's your growth. That's where you're going to stretch. Nicole, what a vulnerable question. $3,000 a month. Beautiful. Marissa, $10,000 a month, and I got you, Adam. I'll do my best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it is a vulnerable question. Thanks for naming that, Nicole. I know that some people who are on this, there's 11 people. I guarantee not all 11 people will comment. And for those of you who are watching the replay when you do on either YouTube or here in the collective training in the Facebook group, I would just encourage you to answer all these questions and to do this process on your own. This will open up a lot for you, and I'm going to move through this training fairly quickly. So where are you at? What kind of month? Where do you think you're in energetic vibration for? Is it 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, 25,000? Is it? And I've been in all of those places. I was a match for $0 years and years ago. I was an energetic match. It wasn't a match for really any money at all, in a sense. So if that also feels true and it's quite low, you know, what I'm bringing up, when you feel vulnerable around a question that has to do with money, it's the same as sex or anything that can potentially bring up shame. It's a shadow of shame is coming up, and that shadow of shame, I'm just like very meticulously drudging up to the surface simply by asking the question. Yeah, that's true. I was from Montreal. There are a lot of Canadians in my circle all of a sudden. Doing the coaching, Nicole doing the coaching. Yeah, really interesting. Lawrence, I didn't answer in the post. It's a vulnerable place to start and get specific. Yeah, it is a very vulnerable place to start. Thanks for naming that, brother. I just want to see Lisa, 4K trying to balance applying for jobs with health benefits with building business. So we'll start with this goal. Beautiful. I love that. You know, it's like there's a lot of people, I say this to a lot of you who are in the group program, you know this already, a lot of my private clients. Some people will come in and say right off the bat, because I ask this question to all the people on Andrew David, 5K, 5+K, and I'd get specific with the plus. I ask this question, and right off the bat, I notice some people will say, I want to make 10,000 or I want to make 20,000 a month. And it's like, they're not sure why. And I can feel right away if that's actually true. Like, is that actually true? Right? So that's just the first thing I want to throw out there. What's up, June? I see you on here, brother. Good to have you here, man. Hopefully this will deliver some big time value for you. So that's the first question. I'm going to move right through this training so that for those of you who can't stay on the whole thing, you can receive as much value as possible. But the question, since there's now 14 people on here live, the question is, what is your, let me just touch the screen so see if I can get some. Marissa says, I feel like I say 10 PK because it sounds good. Here we go. Now we're getting vulnerable. And that's what I, quote, should say. But when it comes down to it energetically, I think I'm a match for 5K. Beautiful. And so notice, I was just on a call with Tracy, one of my clients, Tracy, who's also in here. And I said, it's like I can sit there with the strategy and say, okay, here's how you create 5K or here's how you create 10K. And thanks for sharing that, Marissa, because it leads into this point. When you're just saying, okay, I just want this money, it's like, why? I can sit there with the strategy, and if you wanted to have less clients but more money, we could do that. If you wanted more clients for the same amount of money, we could do that and really scale impact. And maybe, but the question is, that's really important to ask her is like, why would I even do that? Am I just doing that just because I can? Do I even know why you want to get there? Are you just saying the number, or is it attached to something meaningful and specific? And so just at the very beginning, I'm just dropping a few things so you can start to dig into the like, what is it that is attached to even the story behind why you think you should make a certain amount of money? What is it that drives people who are making really big months energetically and financially to continue to expand? Remember, it's all relative. So these are just things to start tuning into as we dive into this training. I want to start there. Okay, so the actual training, building a $25,000 a month. I'm going to be very transparent with you all, you know, and honest and share literally what occurred and then all of the insights that I extracted out that literally just came through me that have been happening consistently. So this happened really fast. You know, I was at the same energetic threshold up until back on the markers for this is I did a business coaching session, an business energetic session with the coach. And on August 19th, his reading to me was essentially that I was at 40% of energy. I'm not going to go so deep into this, but I was at like 40% of potential energy being unleashed into my business. And it's like, how much energy are you giving that is kind of relative to how much is available? So we all have, you know, whatever you believe, 100 or more than 100% available. He was saying, actually, you're only at 40%. And then he shared some things for me to clear up energetically, of which I'm going to go into here for all of you. That's amazing, Andrea. And by the time I hit September 2nd, which is less than 2 weeks later, I had another session with him after doing all this work in between in these less than 2 weeks. And he said, and he didn't, and this was after I had hit the $15,000 week, the $25,000 month. And he said, you're now at 100% efficiency, optimization of your energy for your business. And so I know this can sound a little bit woo-woo, a little bit spiritual, a little bit like, what does that actually mean? I just want to give you guys the framework of how quickly this can shift. And for me, it might have been, the difference of a $15,000 and a $25,000 month. For some of you, it might be the difference between a $1,000 and a $5,000 month. For others of you, it could be $3,000 to $10,000. My intention with this training is to actually anchor an energetic frequency for some of you by looking into some of these questions. And these are going to be very real shifts for you to make. And I want to actually, for you to report back and let us know, did something shift dramatically in the income within your business? And of course, I don't have the benefit of coaching you guys through this process. So there's so much that we could do here, but I trust and believe that even you having a little bit of the framework without being fully coached through it, understanding the essence of the training in it of itself is going to be enough to shift a lot. So, number one, I'm going to basically just go through this, and this will be the training, and I'm going to bring the woo and the do, Adam. I love that, Regina. I always will. So I'm going to share this pretty powerfully and pretty concisely, and allow for whatever comes up. Comment as it's resonating. Let me know what is really coming through for each of you. If a question comes up, if something comes up into your awareness around this, comment and let us see us, let us feel you. But there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 key points here. I'm going to see what I can get to. There's 10 key points here. These are actually a lot less woo-woo and a lot more straight to the point. So, number one, maybe Marissa, you can also help with some sharing, and since you're so good with this, some of the points that land through some of the the key steps. So number one, and I believe that, just to share an intention, you can, I nearly doubled revenue with this. Oh, Regina said, did we lose Adam? Are you still, I hope that this is still coming through. So let me know before I dive in that this is still clear and the signal is still strong. Before I get going, just comment below and let me know, Regina and everybody else. Everybody's good with the internet and the sound, and we can get going. Okay, cool. Nicole says no. Awesome. So my intention is for you to increase wherever you're at. My intention with this training is this to be a framework for you to increase your revenue by at least 40%. At least 40%. So open up to receive that. Hold this in your field. If you have trouble believing that, then that in itself is something to look at. But if you believe that it's possible, increasing the revenue by 40% by what is going to be received in this training. And this is literally exactly what occurred for me. Whew. I should have brought water out here. It's so hot. I'll see how I do. If I have to leave and grab some water, I will. So, step number one, heal your relationship with consistency. This has come up at least twice today. I had the strategy session with Magda, I had a coaching call with Tracy. Number one, increase your revenue by 40%. Heal your relationship with consistency. So, what comes up for you guys when you think about consistency versus freedom? This is the first really big thing. And this in itself, if this is the only thing you get, this thing could rock your world. What comes up for you when you think about consistency versus freedom? Think about it. Kali, you need an amount per month at least to, you want to set. If you're not specific, then you will get unspecific results. Thanks, Marissa. Thanks for doing that. If you can track with me, then powerful. Beautiful. So what comes up for you guys when you think of consistency and freedom? The first step is heal your relationship with consistency. Lisa, it's one of my demons I've struggled with forever. This is a huge one going to be a huge one for a lot of you. The question is, do you believe that being consistent with your business will take away your freedom? Do you believe that being consistent with your business will take away your freedom? Do you believe that being consistent in your business will do anything to affect your freedom? Check in with yourself really quick. Claire says yes, right? Lack of consistency, wishy-washy interest. There we go. Yep. No, I don't believe so from Nicole. Okay. Keep them coming. Do you believe that being consistent, what comes up for you when I say like consistency versus freedom? Is there a contrast? Are these two concepts congruent? Consistency is a challenge. Beautiful, Regina. Thank you. Andrea, commitment to myself. Marissa, it almost feels like consistency limits my freedom. This is the truth for so many people. Regina, yes. Andrea, hell no. Okay. Powerful, right? So the first thing to dig into, what comes up for you with consistency and freedom? And if so, Lisa says the head answer is no, I guess I feel it will, or I'd be better with consistency. Kali, I believe it creates freedom. Beautiful. Short term, yes, from Norel. Long term, no, it would give me more freedom. Yes, that's a really good point. Thank you, Norel. So for a lot of people, being consistent in the short term, yes, it limits my freedom, but long term, it would give me more freedom. That's exactly what I wanted to get to. Nicole, challenge with consistency is distractions. Okay. So if you believe, like Norel said, you have a short-term block with yes, like you believe, yes, consistency can limit my freedom in the short term, I want to really frame something. And Andrea David says, I think I'll not be able to remain consistency. Okay. If you believe that consistency in any way hampers your freedom, how can building a business in order to establish time and money freedom, which is a lot of the language with network marketing, but also with a lot of coaching, it's like, I want time and money freedom, and people think this is going to happen magically. But I want you to notice the single thing that is creating a block. How could you be creating time and freedom with time and money? Freedom, you're saying you're creating freedom, but there's a fear of being consistent. So the very thing that you need in order to have freedom, which is consistency, you also subconsciously believe is the thing that's preventing your freedom. Let this land. If there's nothing else, this is why I put this one first. If the people jump off this live, hey, I'm going to go do whatever, great. But if you stick with this training and you want to receive all of this, and this is the only thing that you allow to really come through and to hit you hard in the heart, you're saying you want time and money freedom. Yet the very thing that has the potentiality, once unlocked and unleashed through you into your business and out into the world, is being consistent. It's the one thing you're missing. And you think it's the one thing that's preventing you from having freedom. For you, these things can't live with one another. Yet it's actually the thing you need. So let this thing land for a moment. Because a lot of you are avoiding things that you need to be consistent for, and you're avoiding the one thing that will give you the thing that you want. It's a completely, I don't want to say counterintuitive, but the two things are canceling one another out. Yeah, the small successes for sure, Lisa. So that's one thing to really think about. And I want to go into the energetics of like why this is, because this is much more than a surface thing. So when you heal this consistency, you're going to realize that you're stepping into the divine masculine blueprint for building a business and running a business. And this is at a deeper level what a lot of, maybe many of you are rejecting or not fully integrating in order to step forward, right? Beautiful, Lawrence. Yeah, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek, right? So okay, so the question is then you might be asking, okay, that's true for me, but why do I resist being consistent? Well, there's a certain divine masculine energy to bring into business. Here's the way that I see it. This is the whole essence of Sacred Light, right? The whole essence of my process is really, at the end of it all, if you want to know behind the scenes, it's to really heal this and bring forward this divine masculine energy into the business. Sacred light. It is like the essence of the divine masculine. Sacred light into the business. And when your business is not run from a misaligned, hustling, old paradigm masculine energy, but it's also not in the wishy-washy, unorganized, unstructured, kind of everywhere chaotic energy of the feminine, but it's balanced into a divine masculine. That's when you're going to really see powerful results. Claire, I'm actually consistent with many things. I'm healing it now. So what this looks like is clarity, structure, and purpose inside a business, among many other things, but I'm moving through a lot here, so I'm going to cover the essentials. You start serving with clarity. You start becoming clear and on purpose. You have consistency towards a clear vision. you're serving. I'm going to move this over here. You're serving, and everything you do is moving towards a clear direction. It's moving towards a clear direction. Rather than just you're doing a lot of things, you're wasting time in different places. For a lot of this is a relationship to the masculine. And so when this happens, you're operating within a consistent structure. The consistency of the structure, even this, I say this every week, I'm on these trainings every Sunday. I'm in a structure, in a consistent structure, so my intuition becomes unleashed. Wherever I lack consistency, there's going to be an energetic leak that is not fully optimizing my energy for the business, right? I can put an hour into this training and get so much out of it energetically on the other side. And I say this a lot, not that the feminine energy by nature is wishy-washy, Regina, but that within a business, if you operate only from one energy, if I only operate from an unintegrated masculine energy, I'm just going to hustle and grind and burn myself out and probably not actually be effective, optimized, or impactful at all. If I operate from an unintegrated and imbalanced, too much in the feminine and an imbalanced energy, there won't be clear direction, clear purpose, clear structure, or clear consistency. So yes, and you might never take action on anything and move forward. So I don't mean the divine feminine energy. This is why I'm talking about like the fully, whatever languaging you use. I'm talking about an imbalanced, unintegrated energy where there's there's a little bit of healing to do with one or the other. So your resistance to one of these other energies, the masculine or the feminine, in your business is literally what's blocking energy from being unlocked in your business. So I'm not going to go too much into this because I train a lot on this masculine, feminine, but I want to bring this up in terms of the consistency piece only, just so you can see where are you being inconsistent in your business, where are you being inconsistent in your life, and just tune into whatever that block is and take action directly into it. You know, like if your thing is that you're not fully consistent, then you need to hire a coach who's going to hold you in consistency and accountability. It's going to be the biggest healing, and whatever is the biggest healing is going to create the biggest breakthrough and then the biggest reward, right? Deepest results. Yeah, Claire, exactly. And there's a shift out of that, right? Beautiful. Thanks for sharing that. So I'm going to keep going, guys, because we could go on all of these topics all day long. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to all of this. This might have to be 2 parts. Let's just see where we're at. That's number 1, heal your relationship with consistency. And it's really heal your relationship with the masculine. What's up, Mark? Number 2, own the results that you create. I can't tell you, this has been the biggest thing in creating this $25,000 month that I've noticed has really changed, is that something happened energetically where I started owning what it is I was doing. I was coaching people for years, creating incredible results and not sharing any of them, right? And there was a level of like me thinking I was just being humble, but really it was a conditioning around boasting. It was around bragging. Own the results you're creating, you know? I talked about the money that I create, even doing this training, posting onto my public page. Trust me, there were people who have their own opinions around that. There's some people who said nothing. There are other people who messaged me, hey man, I think I just have your best interests in mind. They actually said to me, I don't think you're going to see, it's not going to be good for your business to tell people that you're making money because it's those people's money that you're taking. It's like we, the followers, are the people who are investing into you as a coach. So why would you be telling people that you're making a lot of money? And you know what I said? I said, thank you so much, brother, for sharing that. Because I actually appreciate people being honest and open and speaking directly into it. And I said, to be completely honest, this is one of the things that we're healing everybody together is talking about money in the first place. So I would want for my clients, for them to go fully into healing whatever money stories would prevent them from holding themselves back in a level of shame or fear of what other people will think or fear of what implications it's going to have, and to just fully celebrate themselves from a place of expansion and pride. And so I would never not do something that I'm suggesting my clients to do in order to break through those edges. And so we get to go first. Leadership means going first. Yeah, Lawrence, I think that's probably an aspect of it. It's probably an aspect of it. And if I look deeper at it, I would say whatever something brings up for somebody, whether you're talking about sex or money or anything else that's collectively holds shame, whatever you're speaking to, whatever it's bringing up, it just means that's what they would not do, right? So if somebody says, hey, I wouldn't do that, that's literal. It means they wouldn't do that. That's also an edge for them. There's something there for them around money. Exactly, Narelle. That was exactly my intention. Being transparent shows other people what's possible for them. There are other coaches who don't want to be transparent because either A, this thing around making people like contract from a place of boasting or whatever it is, and two, there are people on the other side who don't want to share into that because they're trying to promote an image that is beyond their actual results. And I'm just going to be real with this, right? People will talk a lot of game about a lot of things, and they're not speaking to it because that's not the reality, right? And so it's somewhere in between. There's a trigger, and wherever is the trigger, there's something to look at here. So that's number two. I'm going to keep moving through this because I want to get you guys to actual business shifts, to make literal things that I'm going to invite you to really try on if it feels good for you in creating $5, $10, $15, $25,000 a month. Number three, remember to tune into the energetics of your own process to create results, right? I did a strategy session with Magda, who's in the group coaching program today, and I'll share this because I know she'd be okay with it. She had a moment of like, I asked her a question and she went up into her head, and her entire coaching framework is about helping people go deeply into their hearts, to trust their hearts, to listen to their hearts, to connect to their hearts, to choose, to decide, to act from their hearts. And so what you can notice is that for her, as soon as she goes up into her head, which this won't be good for most of us, but as soon as she goes up into her head, she falls out of her own process. And it creates a huge energetic misalignment, which creates a huge energy leak within your being, which then leaks into your business. And this might be different for all of you. This might be a little bit different, and you're going to have to just try this on and let this land where it's true for you, because for you it might not be like your process might be a little bit different. But for example, like if I teach shadow work, I'm going to probably likely want to lean into whatever my process is. If my process is creation, liberation, expression, or a liberation, creation, expression, I'm liberating through these shadows as they arise. I'm talking about money because there's shadows around them that are limiting my edges. They're holding me back from this next edge that I'm saying that I want to go to, but I'm holding myself and not going into the shadow. So I'm in my own shadow work right now with the money. Of course it's going to bring something up for me to talk about it. That's why it's an edge. If it was easy, it wouldn't be an edge. There would be no expansion. The edge is really deep, so the expansion is really huge, and the results are massive. Get this. So you guys, where are you playing it safe on the edges, but you're not going into the actual deep shadow because maybe you don't know what it is. Maybe you're afraid of looking at it. Like Lawrence said, entering the cave of what you fear is what holds the treasure, right? So if for you the thing is your modality is your process is something else, use your process. Don't abandon your process and get stuck in your head. Your process is your path to success. And this might be a thing to capture for you, Marissa. Your process is your path to success. If you're guiding people through intuition, but you're stuck in your head, you will be able to quickly find out where your block is. This is also where your biggest expansion lies. So your process is your path to success. Don't abandon it mid-story. Don't start following somebody else's process of what you think you should do, right? Okay. Number 4, try something new to reorganize your energy. I'm talking about how to create a huge expansion into, like, if you're looking to increase your revenue by 40